For centuries, Rome stood as the greatest power on earth, but no empire lasts forever. In this video, we'll explore how the mighty Roman Empire fell and why its legacy still survives. The Roman Empire reached its height in the 2nd century AD, stretching from Britain to North Africa, from Spain to the Middle East. Roads, aqueducts, laws, and armies held together a realm of over 60 million people. But beneath the surface of its glory, cracks had already begun to form. At its zenith, Rome was a marvel of engineering and administration. The Pax Romana, or Roman peace, brought unprecedented stability to vast swathes of Europe, North Africa, and the Near East. Monumental structures like the Colosseum and Pantheon stood as testaments to Roman ingenuity and power. Latin, the language of Rome, became the lingua franca of the Western world. Yet, even as Rome basked in its golden age, the seeds of its decline were taking root. Political corruption plagued the empire. Emperors rose and fell in violent struggles, often assassinated by their own guards. The economy weakened. Heavy taxes, reliance on slave labor, and inflation eroded stability. Citizens lost faith in Rome's leaders, and the empire became harder to govern. The Praetorian Guard, once protectors of the emperor, became kingmakers and assassins. In a single year, 193 AD, 5 different men claimed the imperial throne. This period of instability, known as the Year of the Five Emperors, exemplified the growing chaos at the heart of Roman politics. The vast bureaucracy, once a strength, now creaked under its own weight. As Rome's internal problems mounted, its borders became increasingly vulnerable. The empire's expansion had slowed, and the cost of maintaining its vast frontiers strained the treasury. Slave-based agriculture, while profitable for the elite, stunted technological innovation and economic growth. The gap between rich and poor widened, creating social unrest and weakening the fabric of Roman society. While Rome crumbled from within, outside forces pressed harder. Germanic tribes, Goths, Vandals, and Franks, crossed Roman borders. In 410 AD, the Visigoths under Alaric even sacked Rome, shocking the ancient world. The once invincible empire was now vulnerable. The sack of Rome in 410 AD was a watershed moment. For the first time in nearly 800 years, foreign invaders stood within the walls of the Eternal City. This event sent shockwaves through the Roman world and beyond. Saint Augustine, the influential Christian theologian, was prompted to write his seminal work, City of God, in response to the calamity. As Rome's military might waned, its enemies grew bolder. The Huns, led by the infamous Attila, ravaged the Balkans and Gaul. The Vandals, having crossed from Spain into North Africa, captured Carthage and even raided Italy itself. Each incursion further weakened Rome's grip on its far-flung provinces. By the 5th century, the Western Empire was only a shadow of its former self. In 476 AD, the Germanic leader Odoacer deposed the last emperor, Romulus Augustulus. The Western Roman Empire was gone. Yet in the East, Constantinople, the Byzantine Empire, carried on Rome's legacy for another 1,000 years. The fall of Rome in 476 AD marked the end of an era. Odoacer, a Germanic chieftain in Roman service, deposed the teenage emperor Romulus Augustulus, ironically named after Rome's legendary founder and first emperor. This event, while somewhat anticlimactic, symbolized the final dissolution of imperial authority in the West. However, the Eastern Roman Empire, centered on Constantinople, continued to thrive. Often referred to as the Byzantine Empire by modern historians, it preserved Roman law, Greek learning, and Christian faith. The Byzantines would maintain their realm for nearly a millennium more, until the fall of Constantinople to the Ottoman Turks in 1453. Rome may have fallen, but its influence never disappeared. Our languages, laws, architecture, and ideas of citizenship are still shaped by Roman foundations. The fall of Rome was not just an ending. It was the beginning of a new chapter in world history. The legacy of Rome permeates our modern world in countless ways. The Romance languages, French, Spanish, Italian, and others, are direct descendants of Latin. Roman law forms the basis of many modern legal systems. The idea of citizenship and the concept of a republic have their roots in Roman political thought. Even the layout of our cities, with their grids and public spaces, owes much to Roman urban planning. The fall of Rome ushered in what we now call the Middle Ages, but it also set the stage for the eventual rise of modern Europe. The fragmentation of the Western Empire allowed for the development of distinct national identities and cultures. The Christian Church, having outlived the empire that first adopted it, became a unifying force across Europe. In many ways, the story of Rome's fall is a cautionary tale about the dangers of overexpansion, political corruption, and economic inequality. Yet it is also a testament to the enduring power of ideas and institutions. Rome fell, but the world it created continued to shape human civilization for centuries to come. If you enjoyed this 5-minute journey into history, subscribe for more documentaries that bring the past to life. Which empire's story should we cover next? Let us know in the comments.